Hey, it's Kyle here. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. At least it is Star Wars Day the day I'm posting this video, but in reality, if you're a Star Wars fan, any day can be Star Wars Day. So this video topic will be appropriate any day you watch it. But if you happen to be watching it the day I have posted it, again, happy Star Wars Day. Hope you're having an awesome May the 4th. And I was trying to decide what type of video I'd like to do for Star Wars Day, and I thought I'd combine two of my passions, being Star Wars and history. I'm a huge history nerd, and talk about a book I recently read that explored Star Wars history, and that is Star Wars 100 Objects, Illuminating Items from a Galaxy Far, Far Away by Kristin Baver. This book explores 100 objects, as the name implies, from Star Wars. Really enjoyed it a lot. Showing you a few things here to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. The one thing I did not know when I started this book, I wasn't sure if they explored these 100 objects that are kind of important items from Star Wars from like our point of view and being like, all right, this is how this prop was made, this is where it is now, it is currently, you know, like Skywalker Ranch, or it's in a museum in New York or in London or something like that. Or it was exploring it from the reality of Star Wars, where like these are actual real items and this is like the Star Wars history behind this item. That second one is the vantage point this book explores. And I really did enjoy it because there's some items I know very well from the movies, books, stuff like that. But the book explores Star Wars elements of the history of it that I weren't familiar with. Like, you know, this is the background of this specific item, for example, that Chewie wears and why it's important to the Wookiees, and kind of the historical Wookiee background about like why these various symbols are important, or kind of exploring the artwork that various rebel pilots did on their helmets and what that meant, or kind of like this company made this iconic ship in Star Wars and like it became so popular that like these toys were made by other companies to take advantage of that, and this is the role it played in the society of Star Wars. And very cool elements like that was very interesting. I like the fact that they broke it down by different eras of Star Wars. So you have, you know, items from the prequels, the original movies, the sequel trilogy, even some elements from like very more recent stuff. So there's some stuff that's been brought up in like The Mandalorian, for example, Ahsoka, the Book of Boba Fett, some of the animated shows like Clone Wars, Rebels, stuff like that have elements represented in this book. I'll also say this is one of my favorite covers for a Star Wars book ever. That's part of the reason I wanted to read this book, is I saw this cover somewhere, I think on Instagram or online. I was like, that's a really awesome cover. What's this book about? And when I heard, it's like, oh, I love Star Wars and I love history. This could be really, really cool. So I'd say, like, if you're really into Star Wars, if you love it and you're kind of interested in just kind of like an overview of just let's explore things we love about Star Wars, this is a really cool book for it. Even though, like, I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, there were items in this list that like I kind of forgot about. Like, oh yeah, I hadn't really thought about that object for. Or some were like just small little objects that you just never really even think of, and you're like, oh cool, yeah, that one little random item from this movie that I never really thought of. It is really more important than I'd ever really thought of. It's very cool. It's a very quick read as well. Some very cool photos in here. I enjoyed it a lot. And I kind of enjoy Star Wars reference books, but I think I also occasionally like these books where it explores Star Wars history, but from the vantage point of the Star Wars galaxy. So I think it's a good mixture of doing like these reference books where some do it from the perspective of Star Wars and some do it perspective from our world. And I kind of like a mixture of both. In fact, I guess the only addition I would have liked for this book, I thought it would have been neat if like maybe for each of these items, like, all right, here's the 2-page spread about this item from Star Wars, and then here's like a little paragraph like, oh, this is how this was actually made, or something like that. I'm not sure if it would have taken away from, but there's a few of the props I was looking, like, I know it'd been kind of interesting to learn a little bit more from that side of it. But overall, like I said, really loved it. If you're into Star Wars, I think this is a very cool book to check out. I think this would be a really good like Star Wars coffee table book. You kind of, you know, leave in your living room, and when you have some Star Wars fans over, they take a look at, flip through, good conversation starting points, and a good book to read on Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are having an awesome Star Wars Day. Regardless if it actually is May the 4th, or like I said, really any day can be Star Wars Day. So It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. There's so much awesome content, books, TV shows, movies, animated series, stuff like that. Just enjoy that, soak that in, and celebrate what is awesome about Star Wars every day. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time, and may the Force be with you.